Hey, it's Sarah from Shoebox Studio in San Francisco. I'm here today without Lisa because I am making this video from my bed. Um, this video is an answer to a question sent in by Claire Ferlat, who was one of the first shoeboxers. She's currently going to grad school in Oregon. We miss you, Claire Bear. Claire sent in a question that I thought was really, really interesting. She was asking about balance, and she asked how I balance life and dance and making art and teaching and relationships and family. And it was really interesting to me because my first response mentally, in fact, I think I said it out loud to Lisa, was I don't have any balance. I don't know what she's talking about. I have no balance. And Lisa said, it seems like you do. And I was like, no, I don't really feel like I have any balance. I feel like everything is totally work. Um, and not in a bad way, but I don't feel like I have a life separate from dance. Um, and I thought about it all weekend, and I thought about it over Thanksgiving, and I had some conversations about it with a couple of other friends, primarily Marissa Harris and Genocide in Vegas, two of my dear, dear friends who are also on this crazy life, art, no day job path. And I came to realize that the reason I don't feel like I have balance is that I actually have very little interest in the concept. I am kind of opposed to the concept because I think the idea of balance starts from the idea that we are all supposed to be fragmented and that you have the things that you have to do and then the things that you want to do. And those are not the same things, like, ever. And I don't roll like that. I don't roll like that well, for sure. And about 11 years ago at this point, I quit having a day job. And I didn't know what was going to happen. And I didn't know I was going to end up here. But I was making a pretty good amount of money working in the corporate world. And I was miserable. And I had the realization that I could be doing all of the things that I was supposed to do to be happy, having a good job, making money, having a nice apartment, buying things, running that hamster wheel and be totally miserable. And I felt that that was very freeing because I knew that none of those things needed to be my goal anymore. I could just scratch them off the list. If these are not going to be the things that make me happy, what are the things that make me happy and how do I do them? And I knew that I wanted to make art, and I knew that I wanted the making of things to be the pursuit of my life. And that had nothing to do with how much money I made or what kind of apartment I lived in or whether or not I could afford to buy things. I don't need a lot of material comforts if I'm happy in what I do. And what I do and what I make is far more important to me than what I have or don't have. Um, and that set off this path for me of really only doing the things that I love all the time. And that doesn't mean that there are never things that I have to do that I don't want to do. Like, I don't want to pay my taxes, but I do now. Sarah Marshall makes me. Um, I'm much more interested in integration than balance. At this point, for me, taking dance class is work. Teaching dance class is work. Work is really joyful. All of my friends do the same things that I do, and we are all connected through work and friendship and the making of art. And most of my relationships center around this craft. Um, my social activities center around it. Um, I consider making these videos work, but I also find it really fun. And I consider teaching dance class work, but I also find it really fun. And all of these things are connected and rewarding and fulfilling. So do I feel like I have balance? No, I feel like I have this kind of fluid and seamless integration where I go from role to role to role, and all of these things make up this one overarching personality, and that is me, and they make up this one overarching job title for me, and that's artist. And I find running the studio to be an art, and choreographing, of course, to be an art, and teaching to be an art. and making these videos and interacting with my friends and fans and people around the world to be art. And I'm so grateful for all of it. And that, of course, doesn't mean it's always easy. And there were many years where it wasn't very lucrative, but it's all integrated and it's all me. And that comes with a profound level of peace and a deep level of ownership that I don't think I felt when I was trying to balance the work that I did for money against the things that I wanted to do, or living this life where I spent the majority of my hours doing bearable work so that I could get money, so that I could shove all of the things I really cared about in around the edges of my days. And I have no interest in living like that. I have no interest in balancing the have-tos against the want-tos. It should all be a want-to. And if it's not, do something else, because you totally can. The world is wide open and full of possibility, and we live in a really bizarre and wonderful time where kids like me have figured out how to use the internet to build a business that, you know, isn't entirely real on paper. But somehow all my bills are paid. It's kind of magical. I don't know if that answered your question, but Jon Kabat-Zinn said this wonderful thing. He said, hello, my name is blank, and I work for the universe. And my job for the universe is... And then you set about and you detail out all of the roles that you play in this different job that you do for the universe. And all of those different roles make up this one job title and this one position that you fill in the universe. And there are lots of different facets of that job, and there are lots of different roles that you play throughout the course of it. But it's all one complete whole. It's all you and your purpose and your meaning in this world. And I don't know if that needs to come with balance as much as it needs to come with dedication. So that is why I'm videoing tonight from my bed, because I am at home and chilling out and working and playing, and it's all one and the same for me. And yeah, it's a good way to live, I think. I hope that helps. I love you guys. Oh, this is my house. Hold on here. I'll like give you a little tour. That is my bed, and that's a table, and those are books, and that's a closet, and those are also books, and media, and also books, and records and books. That's a trunk from Looking Glass. It's full of books, and yeah, there you go. That's my house. Have a good night, you guys. Bye.